the defending champions are impressive.
Yeah.
You know, Klopp has been complaining about injuries, and Mourinho was quick to correct him that he had injuries, but not injuries that really affected his starting 11.
Yeah.
And he did away with Mourinho
Yeah.
and bombasted Crystal Palace, you know, who's usually a bogey side for
Yeah, yeah.
Liverpool. And
Dwight. What's his name?
Dwight Gale.
Gale, yeah. Remember, I'm not in that side no more, so.
Alright, fair enough.
When them face Newcastle already?
No, he must score.
But,
Newcastle.
you know, as in, you look and you see a 7 love, you see Mane and Salah, they just want to score as many goals as possible. The midfield is set and the defense doesn't look as shaky. And as you said before, Klopp has a system.
Right.
And he puts his players in the best position for them to do well and for the team to do well.
Yeah.
So, you know, I didn't agree with FIFA naming him Coach of the Year.
Rubbish.
I thought it was Flick.
Rubbish.
But
Yeah, man.
these 2 years he has been dominating the Premier League, and I have to give him kudos for that. What you say about the Liverpool?
So-
You're going first? All right, go ahead.
All right, sure. So excellent result by the team. And again, there is a lot of competition in the squad and healthy competition, you know. And I think what has started to click for Liverpool is Firmino. Him start play some ball. I mean, even in the goals that are scored, is him kicking off the counter attack, and we see the rivalry between Mane and Salah, and you know, we know how Liverpool is going to set up. Whether it be Mane or Salah, they're going to play a front three.
Yeah.
Zine, and they're going to have the rigidness in the midfield, these dogged type of players who are going to win back the ball and play to the players who can create. Now they have 3 billion players up front, and the characteristic of these 3 players is sort of similar. Alright, so Mane can drive, he can do it by himself. Mane can pick it up. Salah can do it by himself. Firmino can put people down. Arsenal saw that, right? Torreira, we'll never forget it, right?
He didn't
get him
recover
out,
from
right?
that.
They get him up. So they have a front three that is very dynamic. And let us not forget, even though he's injured now, Jota is coming on.
Yeah.
And just fit right in.
Look like a transfer this season.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
and you know, with
And
this credit, this player,
you don't mention Thiago yet, you know.
and Thiago injured, but with this credit a player, and I looked at him on the weekend, you know, and Jordan Henderson is a very... No, I watch Jordan Henderson. Hold on, I watch Jordan Henderson. So Jordan Henderson has no flair to his game, right? But what I've seen over the last couple, and we've seen it. He have a decent strike on him. That's definitely true. He also has excellent weight of passing also in terms of his long balls. Them fall right in the player's stride and so on. So he's there not to be glamorous. He's not a Thiago. He's not going to turn nobody. He will get in a tackle and he will go play a ball forward. And everybody in Liverpool understands their role. And that is where it is. Like, everybody knows what they're supposed to do. And it works.
Yeah.
So I was very delighted to see the competition between Mane and Salah. You know, the disgust. Because you want your forwards to stay on the field, always want to score.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I think all Mane was saying is, why not take off Minamoto and leave me on the field? Why me for Salah? You know, and then Salah come on and score 2 goals. So Mane can't cuss the coach.
Yeah.
I say, well, I make the change. You know what I mean? And you see the disappointment, but that type of healthy competition in the side is something that's good for them, and they keep rolling on. And the thing about Liverpool is, you know, even after the 7-2, their heads didn't drop, and that's what happens when the side is successful. They've been winning and they're believing in themselves, and it was a fluke game.
Yeah.
You know, so hard for see them not winning the league.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Tottenham. You know, 2 weeks ago they looked like contenders.
Never convinced.
Now them look like pretenders.
I wasn't convinced.
I just want to make one comment about Klopp and Flick, right, in terms of winning. And what I'll say, right, I understand the perspective, given that, you know, Flick won the treble and everything. But, like, really look at the Liverpool side that Klopp has built. And if you really look at the players that are there, I mean, barring, you have a few, the Van Dijks, the Manes, I think Bayern Munich side is much better. Yet still, I think Klopp gets a lot more out of a Liverpool side, a side that has never won the league, hasn't won the league in 30 years, has never won the English Premier League. Since them changed the name, them don't win it. And he's been able to get that side with a 4-year transition to win the league and win the Champions League. you have to give credit. So you can argue. To me, it's not as clear cut to say Klopp definitely don't deserve it because he win one trophy. I don't think he have as good a side as Bayern Munich, and him still win pretty much the toughest league across Europe. You would say, you know,
And
from my perspective.
on a counter.
So,
You
so,
know?
so, so whilst I say, yeah, you know, we acknowledge all of that, I think at the end of the day, you look on your accolades, see?
Yeah.
This man dominate everybody in all competitions, right?
Yeah.
And I think it hard pressed. I think it's more sentiments they give it. Liverpool don't win the league for 30 years, and it's a bigger achievement there. Bayern Munich always winning.
Yeah.
But if you look at the year in terms of achievement, you know, side by side, I think you have to give to Flick.
No, I mean, I
Man, I understand the reason why they do
Yeah.
it, but I think sometimes we need to get them foolishness out of football. See, now we see it sometimes with the World Player of the Year thing, you know. So I want them give all like, sometimes they just give some man. You know what I mean? Like, they must, all right, a long time we want to break up this Cristiano Ronaldo Messi.
Yeah.
Let's give somebody that nobody hits. You know, like.
well, it's not even just that. I think it's not, to me, you're probably right, you know, you can probably say, well, Flick should definitely get it. But, and a lot of people say that, but what I'm saying is that look at Liverpool's side, right? Look at the players that they have, and outside, as I said, outside of Mane, Salah, Firmino, yeah, and they have probably like 5 ballers that starting now that you'd say definitely, in terms of the core them side, can make any side. But the other players, they're pretty average, you know, and in take a side like that and create a world-beating side, win the Champions League and win the league this year, right? So there's credit to it. So I can see why you argue.
No doubt.
That's the point.
No doubt. But
I can see why you can argue it.
if we're supposed to put points on a paper, there's no way him coming out by winning the league, one league. But I think
with a lesser side, though.
He
Him do it with a lesser
well,
side.
in theory, you're saying it's a lesser side, but it's a side where everybody understand what they need to do. And I think Flick did it in a shorter time than Klopp. Klopp
But him have a better side.
Yeah, but Klopp built him side over 4 years. He's
Yeah.
been with that side longer, which is why I think a lot of times, and we've seen it in terms of if you play football, you see it.
Bayern Munich will win the. I could manage Bayern Munich and win the league, right?
Yeah.
So you can say fine Champions League, right?
Champions League, them win every single thing. Them
So
win.
the two
Yeah,
cup
they
then,
win
And the
everything they
fashion
play.
as well.
the
Yeah.
2 cup, they would have win anyway, right? But the Champions League and the fashion, yes.
Yes.
So fine.
From start to finish.
Is a much better side. That's the point.
I don't know if it's a much better side, Lane. It's a better side, but
It's
I
a
don't
much
know,
better
I don't know
25.
if it's a much better side. See?
Yeah, man.
All right, because even if you look at the 11, right?
Yeah.
All right, Bayern Munich have one forward them play, which is Lewandowski, which is world class.
Right.
Liverpool have 2 world class strikers, right? I think Liverpool's side is, and why I would even argue for Flick a little bit more. I think his side is more dynamic in terms of how he plays. He can play counter-attacking football. He can play positive, and then I see more dynamism in his management. Because if you look at the finals, right? If they dictated the pace of the finals against PSG because they know that, look here, you have Neymar, you have Mbappe, who them take the game out of them. Thiago in that role, them set him up, kill everything, right? So I mean, over the year, I've seen more dynamism from him. Not discounting Klopp. I think Klopp is very structured in my approach, and everybody in the side knows what they need to do. If it doesn't work on the day, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
While I don't feel like I've seen Klopp go in and say, this is not working today, let's do this, you know.
Yeah.
So that is where I am not discrediting his achievement, because I think it's a big achievement.
Yeah.
Him turn on a club where, I mean, for years they have not been successful, regardless of the big name, and they're no synonymous with winning.
Yeah.
But just the dynamism that I saw from the first ball was kicked from Bayern Munich, you just knew that they were going to win everything. So.
Yeah, fair enough.